Hi everyone! In our previous episodes, we searched for the answer to where does the Vietnamese language come from. Today we begin an equally fascinating journey, the journey of Vietnamese script. Have you ever wondered how invisible sounds from our mouth can reincarnate into concrete forms on paper or stone? Join me as we travel back 5,000 to 6,000 years to see how humanity materialized a spoken word. Speech is a child of nature, appearing at the dawn of humanity when we first used sound to signal one another. Through millennia of brain and vocal evolution, speech became a sophisticated tool for complex thought. But speech is invisible, it vanishes like words in the wind. While speech allows for instant communication, script is what enables us to anchor our thoughts, thus transcending time. It was a deliberate, conscious invention designed to record speech, thought, and knowledge. Thanks to it, humans built great civilizations with complex social structures. Script appears later, acting as an anchor of memory, recorded around 5,000 to 6,000 years ago, from scribbles on caves and turtle shells to over 200 diverse writing systems today. Scripts have enriched the intellectual heritage of mankind. Fundamentally, we can categorize them into two main types, ideographic writing and phonetic writing. Let's dive deeper. To put it simply, the first path humans took was photographing the thought and drawing it. This led to scripts where characters represent content and meaning of a word. Here, a symbol has no direct link to the phonetic sounds that form the word. Meaning-based writing systems have developed through two main types. The first type is pictogram, believed to have appeared before the other two types, ideograms and logograms. A pictogram or a pictograph is a symbol representing a concept, object, activity, place, or event by illustration. At the earliest stage, writing began with rough drawings that imitated reality. These drawings directly represented things observed in the physical world. Typical examples include the sun or a crescent moon, where the shape of the drawing closely mirrors the appearance of the object itself. Look at this illustration. It perfectly demonstrates how humans transition from observing nature to creating symbols. On the right, those complex images are simplified into basic black outlines. You can see the sun is transformed into a circle with a dot in the center. The crescent moon is simplified into a stylized curved shape with a small stroke. This is the birth of a pictogram. People look at a real object, like the round sun, and draw a simplified version that everyone can recognize. This is a direct imitation of reality. The next stage moved from concrete objects to abstract concepts. Here we have two terms. They are ideograms and logograms to be distinguished. First, ideograms used for pure ideas. In some cases, symbols become completely arbitrary with no visual connection to the objects or concepts they represent. For example, wayfinding signage, such as in airports and other environments where many people may not be familiar with the language of the place they are in, as well as Arabic numerals and mathematical notation, which are used worldwide regardless of how they are pronounced in different languages. Second term, symbols in logographic systems generally represent words or morphemes. So this term closely connects to language to particular language. A logogram or logograph is a single grapheme which represents a word or a morpheme. It means a meaningful unit of language. Over time, the drawings were simplified, become increasingly symbolic and abstract. The The forms, shapes are reduced to basic strokes with a higher degree of symbolization. Although abstract, they still allow the reader to associate a symbol with the object or concept it refers to, so we can call it ideographic writing. This stands in contrast to other writing systems such as sound writing, alphabet writing, where each symbol primarily represents a sound or a combination of sounds, which we will discuss in more detail later in this presentation. Look at the picture, we can clearly see the evolution from pictograms to logograms. First, let's look at the left side. It starts with reality, a round glowing sun and yellow crescent moon. As we move to the middle, these are simplified into pictograms. You see, they are rough drawings that imitate reality, a circle with a dot for the sun and a curved outline for the moon as we talked earlier. Finally, look at the right side. This is where symbolic abstraction happens and functions as a grapheme, and each grapheme corresponds to a word tightly bound to a specific language. The second path is the symbolization of sound. We have phonetic writing then. This type of script doesn't care about the picture of the idea. It records the noises coming from your mouth. The formula is script to sound to meaning. You read the characters aloud and the sound leads you to the idea. Phonetic writing has typically two types, syllabic writing and sound writing. The first one type here is syllabic writing or called syllabaries. In the system, each symbol represents a syllable, a complete sound unit when spoken. Example, Japanese katakana, one of the three Japanese scripts where each character corresponds to a fixed syllable. You can see the first character ka. The writer doesn't need to combine a consonant k with a vowel a. The character ka itself contains the full sound of ka, and the character ka can be broken down into two strokes. The first starts horizontally from left to right, then bends sharply downward with a slight inward hook at the end, and the second, a diagonal, slightly curved stroke that cuts through the top horizontal line. Now, the second type is sound writing. This is a highly involved system where sounds are broken down into their most fundamental units, individual vowels and consonants. In this system, each symbol or character represents a specific phoneme, one of the smallest units of speech that make one word different from another word. It means a vowel or a consonant sound. Here we have Korean Hangul. It's quite a unique and fascinating case. It looks like an ideogram as arranged in blocks, but we can break down them into individual symbols for vowels and consonants. For example, the sound ga, consonant g, a stroke drawn horizontally from left to right, then making a sharp turn downwards. And vowel a consists of two distinct strokes, a long vertical line followed by a short horizontal stroke to the right center. And we have a result. They are combined to form the block ga. The same with the sound guk. We have the consonant g plus vowel u and final consonant stacked together into the block guk. You might think alphabet writing is just the ABCs of English. You are not alone, but remember, the Latin alphabet, while used in English, is just one branch of the larger alphabet writing family. And here are some common alphabet writing. The first, Latin alphabet, the most widespread one used for English, French, Spanish, Italian, and Vietnamese, Indonesian, Malaysian as well. Cyrillic script, the second, used primarily in Eastern Europe and Northern Asia, like Russian, Ukrainian, Bulgarian, etc. And the third, Hangul scripts, used for Korean language, and the fourth, Greek scripts, used for Greek language in Greece and Cyprus today. Two other types of sound writing system can be counted here are first absabs, the consonant-only writing system. This is a very efficient system where primarily only the consonants are written. The reader fills in the missing vowels based on their knowledge of the language and the context of the sentence. Main languages consist of first, Arabic, used across the Middle East and North Africa, and the second, Hebrew, used in Israel. Okay, and the second one is abusidas, somewhere between alphabets and syllabaries writing, which are primarily used in India, like Hindi, Tamil, Bengali language, and Southeast Asia, like Lao, Thai, Khmer language. And in this system, consonants are the primary characters, while vowels are added as attachments. Each consonant has an inherent vowel, usually R. To change the sound, you add a mark above, below, or around the consonant. Okay, to recap, we have explored the world of writing through two main types, ideographic writing focusing on ideas and phonetic writing focusing on sounds. Within phonetic writing, we have two subsystems. The first, syllable writing, where symbols represent whole syllables, like a Japanese katakana. And the second one is sound writing, which includes alphabet like Latin, Greek, Cyrillic, Hangul, and absabs like Arabic, and abusidas like Thai, Khmer, Hindi. Looking at all these systems, one fact that is undeniable: the Latin alphabet is dominant. It is used by approximately 70% of the world's population, proving to be the most adaptable and universal tool for human communication. But why does the Latin alphabet dominate? Imagine this with pictograms or ideograms. If you want to write about 1,000 different things, you have to memorize 1,000 different drawings. But with an alphabet system like the Latin one, you only need to learn about 26 simple characters, more or less up to the particular language, made of just straight lines and curves. You can then combine these few letters to create millions of words. This extreme simplicity is what took knowledge away from being a privilege of elite scholars and made it something that anyone can learn. For example, A consists of 3 straight lines and B is 1 straight line and 2 curves. However, please remember, just because phonetic writing is more convenient doesn't mean it is more civilized than ideographic writing. Every system is a masterpiece of human intelligence. Okay, episode 1 ends here, having explored tools. In episode 2, we will see which scripts the Vietnamese language chose for its own journey. See you then!